Well, at least he's standing up now, but Jesus, I've just had a real fight just to get him from the kitchen there to out here. 2 major fits. I went to pick him up, he had a major fit, and then he broke his neck. Then, just as he finished that, that's usually the time when I can pick him up and get him out quick if there is a problem, because he sort of just goes limp. So now we're flapping, that's okay, now we're going to fit. Steady, steady, no, 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 oh my God. No, I can't hold you. I cannot hold you. I cannot really hold you. No, I can't. Right, freeze. God. They're getting worse. From getting so much better to hardly having any at all. I've already broken that bit. To every time he moves. Now, again, eats, drinks, anything, any movement, anything other than completely still. This morning he's been having a convulsion. Poor old Floyd there's going stare crazy in the stable on his own. I should have kept the Rhode Island alive, and then him and Floyd could have been out in their patch the other side all day, every day, and just pecking around, scratching around, dusting, doing whatever they were doing quite happily. But he's going bloody berserk. He flies up at the door and he takes me face out every morning when I go to open it to let him out. Comes flying out here, straight to the turkeys. Where's little girl? Is that her? Yeah, that's her. God, dead and alive thing. Oh, Jesus. Honestly, I just really don't know what to do with her. You're a real problem. And I don't know what I'm dealing with. Every 2 or 3 months, for anything between 4 days and 2 weeks she does this, but this has been going on now, what, for 6 weeks? Months, 6 weeks, I don't know. Been going on forever. Well, it started just here we go again. Are you going to fit again? I've got a flat. I hope not. Really do hope not. He at least looks more alert than he did in the kitchen. He didn't even want to stand up in the kitchen. I was saying, like when he came in last night, I put him on the towel and he looked at me and he was wickering away doing his thing and really quite content, and I say, like a proper old kitchen hen, house hen. Oh my God. Kitchen rooster, eh? Hey, kitchen rooster. That's much better holding him there. And he can flap and move around without actually hurting himself. And I don't lose him. That's managing to get hold of him in the right position to actually keep hold of him. And so they're getting really far more violent than they were, and he's rubbed all his pseudocream off his wattle there. But yeah, if I'd kept Rhode Island alive, at least Floyd wouldn't be tearing his hair out or tearing his feathers out and going bloody ape whatnot in the stable. He can only come out in the morning because obviously I'll put Morris and the other rooster out in the afternoon. He won't have anything to do with those two. Like, I was putting them out here and him in the barn sort of every other day, so they all had their time out in the patch here. But he kept flying over the fence, and although he didn't war with those two because he's a bit of a wuss, anything out of the ordinary, any freaks, and they weren't attacking him, they were giving all each other a wide berth. Of course, I didn't leave it like that in case somebody did have contact with somebody, because one of them was pouring blood. There was blood all over the yard in there when I put those two in. There was blood in the stable. I couldn't find where it was coming from. It wasn't their feet, it wasn't their head, so I don't know quite what went on there, unless he spiked one of them in the chest or the leg region that I couldn't see. But there's no visible sign of where it was coming from, but there was drops of blood everywhere, quite a lot of it. So of course I can't let that happen. So, and even if he does recover fully, whether Floyd will ever accept him back without beating the hell out of him, I don't know. And of course, if he doesn't recover, I'm so hopeful, but now my hope has diminished greatly. Then he'll just go in the freezer. That'll be another one out the way. Those two I'm keeping. So it's Ginger's last son and Maud's last son. I haven't got hens from either of, not Maud's, shut up, Muriel's, Sussex, who was tortured to death by the stoat and only had about 3 feathers missing. So what the bloody thing hoped to achieve from that, I don't know. Right, now we're going to deal with Madam over there. God, what a night. Mares are so fat, they're probably going to roll over on their backs and turn their toes up. See the feast or famine here? We had early sunshine, early warmth. Poor old Kay's so lame, she doesn't know what to do with herself. She's got a massive lump on her knee. But I'm certainly not going to have the vet out. She won't let me get anywhere near it anyway. She won't let me touch it. She won't let me even find out if it's hard or soft. So I won't be able to do anything with it. She just lays her ears and turns her bum towards me. I think, right, okay, fair enough. But got them out there, even though they don't need the grass at all. If they need a diet, they certainly don't need more grass to stop it getting too long, so any foxes don't think that they can hide safely amongst the long grass and ambush my birds. There's just a quick leap from there to here or there or here, like they did with a guinea. From there, across the path, under the fence, grab, disappear. Literally, the time it took me to run, I'd run out the door in bare feet. I just hide. In fact, if I'd gone through the window, I'd have gone through the window. But it would have taken me longer to have got up on the bench and jumped through the window than what it would have done just to fly out the bloody door in bare feet and run round here. But I say, guinea had gone, everything had gone, all there was left was feathers. So what, you're talking about 4 seconds? If that. Because the goddamn door was open. So it's just a case of running through and opening the gates, which would have taken a second, a split second. But it would have taken a second to get from the door to there for me to see, and there's nothing. No sign of anything, so that's how quick they are. The old prof next door was shooting something a couple of days ago. I don't know what it was. I hope it wasn't a fox. Well, if it was the dog fox, I hope it wasn't the vixen, because if it was, then she'll have cubs somewhere and they'll now be starved to death, and there was be no hope in me finding where they might be and rescuing them, and that broke my heart. I saw myself, I just hope it wasn't a fox, Prof. I really do. But no, the prophet probably was. Oh my God, you're gonna go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just because you flapped your wings. Okay, okay. Okay, you knocked yourself out the bloody gate now. Oh God. I'm wondering if it's the fever that's, the temperature that's doing this, because he is so hot there. He's burning out. I can just, my hand there, I can feel the heat coming off of him. But I say, I daren't give him any antibiotics yet, because it compromises system further, maybe. Although it's only herbal stuff he's having. You know, I don't want to mix them too close. Right, let me get on with the turkey. Well, as I thought might happen when I wasn't actually around to stop it happening, this little person decides to have a fit, got his head stuck through the gate there, and Floyd promptly went and attacked. But what Floyd did was lift where he pecked him. He didn't get his head, he got here. That is actually lifting the bruising, and it's clean, healthy flesh underneath, and that is quite black, so it obviously is, you know, bruising where he bashed himself around and crashed off the perch onto the floor and threw himself in the wall, smashing himself around in the kitchen. And I mean, he's been doing this for so many weeks now, But the pseudo cream is softening it, so I'm going to go and put some more on. It's not anywhere near as hard as it was. So put some more cream on it to loosen it. Yeah, that's certainly softened up. That was absolutely rigid earlier. It was just like cardboard. Awful. No give to it whatsoever, but there is a bit of pliability to it now. That's good. As I was cross with Floyd for attacking him, at least it's proved that it is healthy flesh underneath and it is going to heal. He's still extremely hot there. So, give you some antibiotics in another hour or so, little man. He's just had some more corn to eat. He's still not drinking though. So that'd be a problem if he doesn't want to drink the antibiotics. That's going to be a real problem. An old turkey-lurkey little girl there, a real turn-up for the books. So she's been back on antibiotics for 2 days, and it's made her worse, which is generally what happens. I give them a chance to see what goes on. And if there's an improvement, then I'll carry on for another day or two. If there's no improvement, I'll stop and put her back on cat's claw. So she's had a cat's claw, yoghurt, a bit of apple cider vinegar and a bit of, oh God, what's it called? Milk thistle and garlic tea in the syringe. And I put about half of the contents of the dough downer. But halfway through putting the cat's claw and yoghurt, etc., down her throat with a syringe, she then regurgitated, choked, and a load of yellow liquid came out of her lungs. Because whenever she chokes, because she was gurgling again, she hasn't gurgled audibly. I mean, there's a bit of a gurgle there, but I mean, this was a real gurgle. It sounded like she was drowning as I was administering to her. And just before, when I actually caught her, just that little bit of exertion from there to there was enough to make her heave for breath and gurgle, and really loudly gurgle. So I waited for her to calm down before I started, obviously, injecting the fluid down her throat. And so halfway through she choked, and all this yellow gunge appeared in her mouth, so I immediately put her head forward and rubbed her throat as I do, and sort of tapped her on the side and kept rubbing her throat and got it out. It absolutely reeked. It was from her lungs, not her crop. Absolutely reeked. It was bright, bright yellow. And not exactly gloopy, not sort of phlegmy, it was more liquid. I suppose it looked like a very watered down egg yolk. It was disgusting, but it reeked. I don't know what it reeked of, but whatever it was disgusting. And then she stopped gurgling. When I finally got that out of her, or she got it out herself, between the two of us, we managed to get rid of it. She stopped gurgling and stopped breathing violently through her mouth, through her beak, and carried on giving her the rest of the liquid. I was saying that I got about 15, 16, pellets, bullets down her of the dough, which are egg and, again, yoghurt, and the whole wheat flour, that's obviously to make it into a dough, so that's not going to do any harm, and also the flour that I've made from the grain and whatnot, and the high protein pellets. I've milled it all up, mashed it all up into a dust and mixed that in as well, so she got sort of a bit of everything. And her crop is actually, you can actually see she's got a crop now, whereas before it was just a neck, but now she's got a bit of a bulge there. So we'll let that go down. It's very, obviously, gloopy. It's all stuck to my fingers. It's quite disgusting. We'll let that go down. I'm going to have a cup of tea. And then we'll come out and when I give him his antibiotics, I'll give her another load. And try and keep her going. But I don't think she's going to go anywhere. But all the time there's life, there's hope, and I will carry on. I will keep going until they give up on me. Oh God, here he goes again. He's in the gate. No, Floyd. No, Floyd. Oh, God, you're going to break your ruddy neck, man. Why do you keep going over there? It's hard ground, and your brother's going to take your head off. Oh, God. I don't know. Yeah, Floyd, you're very quick, aren't you, to get an attack? How about you try being nice? He's your brother. Yes, he is. He's your brother. Only they're your brothers too. But, so just see how it all pans out, or not. Whatever the case may be, poor Kate. I think I'm going to give her a spray of garlic and lavender if she'll let me get near her. She's been eaten alive by midges. She's rubbed all her tail. She does get sweetish anyway, but not normally this early. Normally it comes on a lot later than this. And she rubbed all her tail to nothing and her neck to nothing, and goes down to bare flesh and pours blood everywhere. It's absolutely disastrous. So perhaps I'll give her a spray of garlic and lavender and see if that keeps the bloody things off. Oh, it's all great fun here. Yeah. But there we are. I'm not with my peach tree. I researched it. Yes, it's the roots in water. Doesn't like it, and it's done nothing but rain for 4.5, 5 months. And although it hadn't rained for 5 days ish. And it's downhill a bit, so you'd assume it would drain. The water table is very, very high. The underground water table is very, very high. The pond, as I say, is still full, and that has never been full this late in the year before. Never. Sparrow's just nicked one of Rooster's feathers. Make his nest. As long as it's not in my roof. You bugger. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh yeah, peach tree. Obviously the roots are still in water, and basically it's drowning. And even the new leaves that thought they would come out and try again and start again, they're all wimped and wilted too, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether those leaves will all fall off and it'll start again, or it'll grow new leaves again and they'll eventually drop off as the new leaves come through. I don't know, but disaster, absolutely disaster. But hey, why would I expect anything else? You alright now, Kay? Oh, bloody noisy sods. Put silencers on your goddamn bikes. Well, there we are.